This week marked Student Press Freedom Day to celebrate the contributions of student journalists all over the world. We, over the past year, have recognized the work of journalists at the high school in Parkland, Florida, in the wake of the terrible shooting there, and the efforts by the students at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, whose paper is now the only daily newspaper in that city. And tonight our shout-out is for another group of student journalists who have put themselves literally on the front lines, braving possible violence as they cover the protests in the city of Hong Kong, where demonstrators have rallied against the heavy hand of China in running their city, which was supposed to be independent of Beijing. The images of the Hong Kong protesters facing off with police have led to worldwide condemnation of Hong Kong and authorities in Beijing.
A live image right now, what's happening there on the streets of Hong Kong.
示威人士遭到香港警察几乎是无差别式的暴打。
Authorities fired tear gas and pepper spray, with the city's police commissioner calling the demonstration a riot.
And some of the most compelling close-up footage of what's happening, the water cannons, the tear gas, the beatings, have come from a team of college journalists in Hong Kong. Joanna Ho is one of them, using her iPhone and a small camera to record the scene, ready for anything.
We have gas masks and we have helmets like this.
And let me ask you this, do you fear that you might get hurt covering all this? Because it's become violent at some points with the police and the protesters squaring off.
Yes, I'm afraid of that, and I've got hurt in November, and I got hurt by a rubber bullet.
Where did you get hit, and how did it feel?
It felt painful. It was originally like this, and then it turned to become like this.
The bullet hit you in the leg.
Yes.
Joanna is part of a group of college-age journalism students who felt the call to record and report on what is happening in their city, despite the risk of getting hurt or arrested. Their online outlet, Undergrad, is run by Oscar Cho. Why is it important for you to be out there?
It's because the amount of journalists in the front lines is not enough. And some of the times, the critical moments are being captured by student journalists only. And I think we are trying to fulfill the demand of the journalists in the front lines to make the truth being discovered.
Cho says the police call his colleagues black journalists.
Police will think we are doing the illegal things. That's why they will call us the black journalists. And also they are thinking that we are cooperating with the protesters dressed in black. That's why they will call us the black journalists.
Joanna Ho says her only real protection is the power of the press, a label she wears proudly whenever she is on the streets with the protesters.
I guess it's hard to say it's like fun to be in the front here, because I guess it's not a game. I guess it's really challenging, but it's really rewarding at the same time, as I can really feel that what I'm doing is like making an impact to the society.
And joining us now in the studio is Ariel Tu, the producer of Brian Ross Investigates, who started herself as a student journalist in Taipei, Taiwan. To see these journalists in Hong Kong, they're very brave to do this, aren't they?
It was really awesome because Joanna is only 20 and Oscar is 19, and he's now the editor-in-chief of Undergrad, which is their publication. And I myself started as a student journalist too, but the fact that they're on the front line, it's really amazing because they're risking their lives.
And is there a cultural thing to challenge authority like that? Because they could be arrested, right?
Not really. I don't think it's a culture thing. And during the interview, Joanna did tell us that her parents didn't know that she's actually reporting on the front line until they saw her work.
And they're still out there, and their only protection is wearing the press vests.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the police have been pretty brutal there, haven't they?
Yeah, I think one of the demands that Hong Kongers are trying to make it clear is that they want the government to investigate police brutality.
And that's been a key theme for them as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And she recovered from her injury, the rubber bullet hitting her in the leg?
Yes, so far, but I think that she's going to keep reporting, and let's hope that she is safe.
Indeed. Well, Ariel Tu, a great piece. Thanks for all your work, and thanks for being here tonight. Appreciate it very much. So that's our program for tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you back here on the Law and Crime Network next week.